They are the towering giants of the game, the enforcers in the engine room and the conductor of the lineout. Rugby union's second rows aren't just players, they're the backbone of any successful team. Today, as we continue to build your greatest ever side, we're looking at some of the greatest second rows in rugby history. But which players stand out above all? Have your say by commenting your ultimate second row duo in the comments below. The players with the most mentions will take their place in your greatest ever 15, which will be revealed at the end of this series. Let's start with Martin Johnson, a man who epitomized leadership on and off the field. At 6'7" and a hefty 260 pounds, Johnson wasn't just a physical presence, he was a mental one too. As England's captain, he led his side to World Cup glory in 2003, famously lifting the Eales Cup after that iconic drop goal by Jonny Wilkinson. But it wasn't just the win, it was the way Johnson commanded respect from teammates and opponents alike. His career also included multiple 5 and 6 Nations Championships and back-to-back Lions tours as captain, where his grit and determination set the tone. Off the field, Johnson became a symbol of English rugby pride, often seen as the player who brought England back to the top of the rugby world. His uncompromising attitude and ability to inspire teammates under pressure set him apart. Johnson's leadership style wasn't about words, it was about action, leading by example, even in the toughest of matches, where his calmness under fire was unmatched. Now, travel back to the 1960s and 70s, to the era of Willie John McBride. This Irish legend was more than just a player, he was a pioneer. Known for his leadership on the British and Irish Lions tours, McBride's grit and resilience were unmatched. He played a record 17 tests for the Lions, including the iconic 1974 tour of South Africa. That tour is often remembered for McBride's 99 call, a strategy that united the Lions against the physicality of the Springboks. McBride's career spanned 63 caps for Ireland, a feat remarkable in an era when international matches were far less frequent. His influence extended beyond the pitch, shaping how locks would be judged for decades. McBride's ability to blend ferocity with composure made him a player who could not only dominate physically, but also outthink his opponents. His contributions to the game remain a cornerstone of Irish rugby heritage. When you think of New Zealand rugby, Colin Meads is a name that towers above the rest, both literally and figuratively. Nicknamed Pine Tree for his immense size and strength, Meads defined an era of All Blacks rugby. Playing in the 1950s, 60s and early 70s, he was known for his physicality, unmatched work rate and fierce competitiveness. Meads wasn't just a player, he was a symbol of the rugged, no-nonsense spirit that New Zealand rugby is built on. One of the most famous stories about Meads is the time he played an entire game with a broken arm. When the doctor cut away his shirt and confirmed the break, Meads muttered, "At least we won the bloody game." Meads earned 55 caps in an era when the All Blacks didn't play as many international games as they do now, making his impact even more extraordinary. Off the field, Meads became a national hero, earning recognition as New Zealand's Player of the Century in 1999. His influence transcended rugby, becoming a cultural icon for grit and determination, values still cherished in New Zealand rugby today. They called him Nobody because nobody's perfect, but John Eales came pretty close. Standing at 6'7", Eales wasn't just a dominating force in the lineout, he was also a remarkable kicker, a rarity for a second row. As captain of the Wallabies, he led Australia to World Cup victory in 1999. Known for his calm demeanour and tactical genius, Eales showed the world that second rows could be as cerebral as they were physical. He amassed 86 caps for Australia and was a key figure in 2 World Cup winning campaigns. Eales' kicking ability was particularly notable, with clutch penalties and conversions that sealed games, proving his versatility as a player. His leadership extended beyond the field, becoming a symbol of professionalism and composure in rugby. Eales was also instrumental in fostering a team culture that valued discipline and unity, traits that defined the Wallabies' golden era. Victor Matfield's name is practically synonymous with the word lineout. The South African lock was a master at reading his opponent's lineout calls, stealing ball after ball with almost surgical precision. Matfield's partnership with Bakkies Botha formed the backbone of the Springboks' dominance in the mid-2000s, culminating in their 2007 World Cup win. few players have matched his longevity, discipline, and sheer rugby IQ. Over 127 caps for the Springboks, Matfield's technical mastery was unparalleled, and his work rate was second to none. Even late into his career, he remained a pivotal figure for both club and country, demonstrating that experience and intelligence could overcome the toll of years on the pitch. Matfield's ability to adapt to different game plans and opponents showcased his versatility, ensuring his place as one of the all-time greats. If passion had a face, it would look like Paul O'Connell's. Known for his fiery leadership and inspirational presence, O'Connell captained Munster, Ireland, and the British and Irish Lions during a career that spanned over a decade. A stalwart in the scrum and a talisman in the lineout, O'Connell was the kind of player who made everyone around him better. His fearless approach to the game made him a legend in Irish rugby. With over 100 caps for Ireland, O'Connell's tactical awareness and unparalleled drive were instrumental in Ireland's Six Nations successes. He wasn't just a player, he was a motivator, a figure who embodied the heart and soul of Irish rugby. His ability to rise in the biggest moments, particularly against fierce rivals, cemented his legacy as a player who thrived under pressure. Now, let's talk about South Africa's most capped international player, Eben Etzebeth, a name that sends shivers down the spine of opponents. At 6'8" and 270 pounds, Etzebeth is the very definition of an enforcer. But he's not just about brute strength. His athleticism and mobility make him one of the most versatile locks in the modern game. As a key figure in South Africa's 2019 and 2023 World Cup winning teams, Etzebeth continues to dominate on the global stage, proving that the second row is still evolving. With over 130 caps already to his name, Etzebeth's physicality is complemented by his leadership qualities, often taking on the captaincy role for the Springboks. He's a player who thrives under pressure and is always at the heart of the action. His off-field demeanour contrasts sharply with his on-field intensity, showcasing a player who understands the balance of professionalism and aggression. Few players combine power, skill and intelligence like Brodie Retallick. Since making his debut for the All Blacks in 2012, Retallick has been a cornerstone of New Zealand's pack. His ability to carry the ball in tight spaces, dominate at the breakdown, and excel in the lineout makes him one of the most complete locks in rugby history. And let's not forget, he won World Rugby Player of the Year in 2014, a rare accolade for a second row. Retallick's offloading game and ability to act as a secondary playmaker add another layer to his skill set, making him a true asset in every facet of the game. His partnership with Sam Whitelock has been key to the All Blacks' dominance over the past decade. Retallick's consistency and ability to impact high-stakes games define him as a once-in-a-generation player. No list of great locks is complete without Bakkies Botha, the other half of South Africa's legendary locking duo. Known for his physicality and sometimes his brutality, Bakkies was the Springboks' enforcer, ensuring no opponent had an easy day at the office. Together with Matfield, Bakkies formed one of the most feared second-row pairings the game has ever seen. With 85 caps for South Africa, Botha's presence on the field was intimidating, but his ability to execute the finer technical points of the game made him more than just a battering ram. His contributions to Toulon's dominance in European rugby further cemented his legacy as one of the best. Botha's ability to inspire and protect his teammates earned him universal respect, even from his fiercest rivals. And finally, we have Sam Whitelock, a player who has redefined consistency. Amassing a staggering 153 caps for the All Blacks, Whitelock has been a constant in one of the most dominant teams in rugby history. His tactical acumen, line-out skills, and relentless work rate make him a true great of the game. And at 6'8", he's a towering figure in every sense of the word. Whitelock's ability to deliver in clutch moments, particularly in World Cup knockout games, sets him apart. A natural leader, he has captained both the All Blacks and the Crusaders to remarkable success, leaving an enduring mark on the sport. Whitelock's career is a testament to the power of consistency and professionalism, and he remained a key figure even in the twilight of his career. These 10 players represent some of the pinnacle of second-row excellence, each leaving an indelible mark on rugby history and all worthy of a spot in your greatest ever 15 engine room. But who do you think should take the 4 and 5 jerseys in the side? Remember to comment your picks, and those with the most mentions will join your greatest ever side, which will be revealed at the end of this series. Whether they feature in the video or not, make sure you have your say. And before we leave, be sure to check out our video where we look for the greatest tight head ever. See you next time when we get back to the rugby.